Welcome back to the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Apple, Spotify, or Google, please leave a 5-star rating and review. It supports the podcast and it doesn't cost you anything. This content is brought to you by Uphold, which makes crypto investing easy. You can buy, sell, trade, and earn cryptocurrencies on Uphold. They have 10 plus million users, 250 plus cryptocurrencies, and they're available in 150 countries. I've been using this platform since 2017. You can also trade precious metals and equities on this platform. As with all exchanges, you can buy and sell on them, but I highly recommend you custody your own crypto, not your keys, not your coins. If you'd like to learn more, please visit the link in the description. All right, my friends, let's look at the Bitcoin price right now. It is teetering around $23,000. We are seeing a bit of a pullback, but that is healthy. That is normal. Tomorrow, of course, is the FOMC meeting, and everyone is anticipating a 25 basis point hike, but we'll see what the Fed actually does. Now, if we do see the 25 basis points, I think the market has almost priced it in already. So I'm not expecting fireworks. Sure, there may be some short-term bullishness, but I don't think, markets are going to explode tomorrow. And of course, the Fed comes out with 50 or 75. I think markets are going to pull back, right? It's very much a sentiment-based reality that we're living in right now due to the Fed and rate hikes. But what we know is that we are ramping down. The Fed is ramping down. They're going to pause rate hikes this year, probably by the middle of the year. And you're going to slowly see things start getting back to normal, where they will eventually cut rates and start printing money again, going back to the status quo, because we live in a debt-based system and they have to keep printing money. So the opportunity here is buying assets, whether it be crypto stocks and so forth, at the lows when the blood is on the streets, and being patient, hodling, and waiting for the bull markets to come back. And here, I want to share the following chart from this analyst, which shows, Bitcoin's reversal and retracement back to $42,000, $43,000. It could potentially see $50,000, but I think a lot of people are recognizing that Bitcoin may be moving similarly like it did in 2019. After the 2018 bottom. So the analyst said Bitcoin at $42,300 by May 2023. According to the WD Gann, markets can retrace 50% of a movement up or down in half the time. Based on the rule, Bitcoin price could be at 42.3K or $42,300 around the 28th of May 2023. Now, as always, I like to make sure I give perspective and give the caveat here. This is not guaranteed. This is a probability. This is a scenario. I am not one of like, oh yeah, this is absolutely going to happen because I have a time machine and a crystal ball. I don't. But, investing, this is how you have to look at things. Different scenarios. What do the charts tell? What story is it telling? What's happening in the macro with the Fed, right? And you put together a thesis and you look at the probability of things going up or down, right? And even if they're not like to new all-time highs, if it's a reversal or retracement like Bitcoin's going to do, what price point could we see? And of course, we know the altcoins will follow Bitcoin's move. So I hope you guys understand that. Those of you who are new listening or watching the video, it's important to understand these are all probabilities. There's no certainty here, and hindsight is 2020. So people say, "See, I called it." Well, you could have been wrong as well. It's just a matter of what scenario is going to play out. And so far though, from the macro chart, still on track, and we'll see what the Fed does tomorrow, what happens. All right, let's jump into the crypto news, guys. Elon Musk has been talking about Twitter payments. And he said that it's going to start with fiat. That absolutely makes sense, right? It's going to be fiat payments because it has to compete with the likes of Venmo and the other payment networks out there. We know Elon's pedigree is payments. The man was a founder of PayPal. He had X.com. You guys know the whole history, and he's trying to take Twitter to that next level where payments could be integrated. We know he's bullish on crypto. He holds Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin. And Tesla also holds Bitcoin on their balance sheet. But he said he wants the Twitter payments, the Twitter payments feature to be built so that crypto functionality could be added. So I think that absolutely makes sense. This is logical, but it's great to get the confirmation from Elon. And the Twitter started applying for U.S. state licenses to do these things, because they're going to need payments licenses and broker dealer licenses and all kinds of stuff, right? So this is a move in the right direction, and it will, of course, lead to more adoption of crypto, especially as we head into that token economy, the digital age, and so forth. So great update here from Elon, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the Twitter payment feature will look like with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies involved. Of course, we have to wait for the details. All right, guys, this was a big week for crypto and the SEC and John Deaton and Lbry. Many of you know yesterday was a hearing with the Lbry folks and the SEC and the judge and all that. Well, the TLDR here, because I'm sure many of you saw John Deaton's live stream and his recap, but the SEC admitted that the secondary market sales or the tokens are not securities. They are not inherently securities. So here, someone quoted here, the judge admitted token is not the security, but he would not go as far as to put it into his final ruling due to the SEC not asking for the ruling on that. So we're seeing that the judge, just using common sense here, is saying, yeah, I mean, the token itself can't be a security because it just depends on how it's packaged and how it's put together. Just as in the Howie case, the oranges or the orange groves themselves are not inherently securities. It was how they were packaged, how they were sold. So we know Gary Gensler and the SEC, they want to make sure that everything, the token and everything in the secondary market, everything's a security, but that's going to be their downfall, right? Their hubris there is going to be their downfall in trying to do this. But we know Gary, he's trying to go shake down companies everywhere he can to grab up money, and he doesn't want to provide clear guidelines to the market. But this is a big ruling, and it could have big impact on the XRP case, right, against Ripple. So we'll wait and see. But this is pretty significant, because once again, these things are setting the standard for the market. It's setting the standard for other tokens to fight back if Gary Gensler comes after him. Now, I want to be clear. If there are scams out there and there's people doing Ponzi's, many of you may remember BitConnect. Of course, BitConnect needed to be shut down. Right. There's some other stuff out there. I think it was SafeMoon and I don't know, other stuff that was scams. Absolutely, the SEC should take them down. I am not saying there's no scams, but there are legitimate projects in this industry. And the SEC, what they're doing, they're ignoring a lot of the scams and they're going after legitimate companies trying to innovate, like Lbry, and shaking them down. And it's not like they have tons of money. The good thing with the Ripple lawsuit is that Ripple has a lot of cash that they're fighting back. They're bringing former SEC officials on their legal team and all of that, right? So this is why we need Ripple to win. It's really going to set the precedence because the SEC has not provided the clear regulations. Remember, SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce brought out a great proposal of the regulatory sandbox, right? That we're not going to take action. Come in, play in the sandbox, let us know what you're doing, and let's put a path forward for you to become decentralized and become a non-security. Remember that Ethereum, we obviously know the free pass situation was a conflict of interest, but Bill Hinman had the same mindset of a token can start as a security, right, centralized, and then move to become decentralized. And I think that is a logical thing that needs to be applied to the entire market. The problem is only Ethereum got that privilege, or that how should I put it? That bribe to get it done. You all know about the situation with Simpson Thatcher and with Bill Hinman and so forth. I don't need to go through that. But guys, great news here with this Lbry situation and what the judge had to say. And even I think the SEC attorneys even had to acknowledge what the judge said here. So really, really great update here. And I'm looking forward to see the ruling or the settlement on the Ripple lawsuit. I think Ripple's going to win, but, we'll have to wait and see. All right, guys, let's move ahead because we got news about Sam Bankman-Fried and his continued nonsense. So we've often talked on this podcast that Sam Bankman-Fried should be in jail. he should be in jail, right? If you and I did what Sam Bankman-Fried did, we would not be home at our parents' house writing articles on Substack. And we see here that the SDNY is seeking to restrict SBF's internet/social media contact with former colleagues per Reuters. The judge to rule on restrictions early this week based on witness tampering evidence presented late Friday. So, of course, SBF, and I think some people showed some emails, he's sending emails to people saying, hey, how are you? I'd love to reconnect. Let's talk. And you know what he's trying to do, right? Probably trying to bribe them, trying to get them on his side. He even tried to contact John Ray, the current CEO. So SBF continues his fraudulent activity. I'm not surprised. That's why they need to put this man in jail. He should not have internet access. I think anybody would, at some level, a normal level of IQ, can recognize that he's going to try to witness tamper, and of course, move crypto. There's been talks of him trying to move crypto from different wallets, and when he claims he only has $100,000 in the bank, but we know that's an outright lie. This man needs to be in jail. He really screwed over this technology and the asset class. I'm not saying that, crypto's dead or, everything is over, but he really set us back. And, we have to rebuild a lot of credibility in DC and with a lot of institutional investors, because this clown, just thought he could just go around doing what he wanted and no one would know. But of course, I think all those political donations he gave, he's getting some protection. That's why he's not in jail, but they need to get him in jail. This man should not be on the internet. Finally here, another scammer, Alex Mashinsky and Celsius. The court-appointed examiner confirms Celsius operated as a Ponzi. An independent report into Celsius business affairs confirms shady business practices and Ponzonomics. So there's also talks of folks internally were cheering on that they were pumping the price of sell, and users were falling for it. So and we know, what really got me pissed off is when Alex Mashinsky and the other founders started cashing out before they knew they were going to file bankruptcy, and they continued to promote it even though they knew they were in bad shape. It's disgusting, and he should go to jail too. Him and Sam Bankman-Fried should share a jail cell, in my opinion, and they should both have no internet access. All right, guys, let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button, share this video, and I'll talk to you all later.